What's up, tubers? Welcome back to the channel. This is the first part of a four-part series of how I make models. The unboxed, inspection, and direction. So let's get into it. Beyond the box art, you know, what's visual, what you can see when you get it, what you're going to do with it. You know, I like to see what's inside. And the first thing we'll do is we'll look at the decals, you know, as you're unboxing it and looking at it, opening it up. If you want to use them or not, if it's going to go with your design, if they're easy or hard, if they're going to take a lot of work to get them to lay down right, you know, just get an idea of it. Then I'll go through the booklet, and sometimes I like to, I mean, most of the time, I like to take a look at, you know, there's usually a little paragraph about either the kit and or the car. I get an idea for, you know, stuff you're going to do with it. But as you're looking at the instruction manual, you can see, you know, what might fit, what isn't going to fit, where the body panels are going to go together, where the bumper's attached. You know, you get a better clue for what might be a problem area for later. And that, as well as like any extras, you know, any cool things the kit comes with, or possible, you know, modifications or fabrications and stuff. And then, you know, the next thing I'll look at immediately will be the wheels and the wheels and the tires. Excuse me, correct me. And that being, you know, the design direction. How do I want it to look? Is it, you know, am I going for box art? Am I going for custom modified? You know, what am I going to do with it? As well as quality, or, you know, like there's two different types. This one's a little bit harder, and that one's firm. You can see, like, that one's probably not going to look really great. That's definitely going to be the one I use. And then going further, I'll look at the chrome stuff. You know, like we did, we looked at the wheels, and try to stop reaching in front of the camera. This one has multiple options. There's the stock hubcaps, some Kragers. They actually say Krager on it too. Those are pretty cool. And there's some deep dish that those are going to look great. I'm definitely liking those. So, you know, and as I'm looking at it, we'll get an idea for what kind of cleanup it might need, you know, or what's going to get painted or what won't get painted. Like, these are going to be, they're going to be difficult to attach to the engine. Little individual chrome bits generally don't like to stick to styrene. So will I strip these off? Will I clean all of the chrome off and repaint them myself? Or, you know, will I do my best to just clean off the ends and then the ends where they attach? Probably that. You know, we're trying to keep this as a basic build as possible. And then, you know, we'll look at the clears, like what style is, you know, are there any scratches? I mean, it's in the bag still, so I usually like to leave them there until last minute. What style is it? Is it a, you know, individual front and rear, or is it one of these single piece that make it a lot easier to install? You know, and also looking at the lights, if there's any lights, if those need to be, you know, painted later, or if there's any cleanup involved. Like, I can see there's a little bit on the edges here, not a big deal, that'll probably clean up fine. And then the main parts, I'm not going to go through all of them, I'm just going to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. I'll look at what, you know, is it a damage report? Is anything broken or missing? You know, like, are your A-pillars intact? This one has a nice mold piece there that keeps everything solid. Same with this front flowing. Ooh, leave that in for as long as possible to the absolute last minute. Pro tip. So, you know, moving on, we'll look at where the details are, and again, scratches or bars and stuff like that. And then there's basically 4 parts to this puzzle, and all of those will need their own individual attention. You've got the body, you got the interior, the chassis, and the engine. And that's really it. That's your 4 basic elements to the puzzle. So the body, I'll look at, if it has any flash on it, like any spots that will need sanding inside the windows. Just kind of generally going over it and looking if it all looks clean and clear. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is. And kind of let your mind wander and see it done. See it as a finished vehicle. What color is it? What stance is it? What kind of wheels is it going to have on it? Is there a backstory to it? And then, look at the interior. Oh, interesting. Oh, neat. See? Yeah, extras. This has an optional steering wheel and suspension part. Very cool. Again, going through the pieces. The interior tub, like, what style is it? Is it a single tub like this, or does it have separate parts that will lead to, further details and maybe fabrications or modifications to that? But it's a single tub with a, where is it? Dashboard. Some nice details on there. That will paint up really nice. It looks really good, which is nice because the decal sheet doesn't have anything on it. So that's one thing to check off your list of stuff to do or not to have, don't have to do later. And then the engine, usually they're on one tree, if not a few, or there'll be a couple parts on another one. Get an idea for what style it is, what type, how it goes together, what sort of extras there are. Like, some will have a hole in the bottom through the oil pan, or some of them the engine and transmission are like this, and the whatever top assembly, I don't know what you call it. I can look at what sort of extras there are. There's the distributor and the coil that will be not too difficult to drill out and do fabrication on to make wiring. The same with like the heads. So look at them where the exhaust is going to mount to them. If I wanted to run wiring, it wouldn't be hard to drill holes in those during the prep part. And then as we're going through the tree, you can see cool stuff like that. Little chrome steering wheel. I mean, it's not chrome right now, but the little chain steering wheel. Hell yeah. And then other, fab stuff, cool stuff, and extras or whatever. So that's really pretty much it for this initial step. After this, we'll take all of it and cut it off of its trees and put it into piles according to the puzzle. And that's really it to the first step. The next step is prep. So stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one.